In a world where the constant urge is to push harder and give our all, there exists a paradox often overlooked. Miyamoto Musashi, the legendary samurai, once trod a similar path of relentless pursuit. Through the art of the sword, he unearthed a truth that defies conventional wisdom. Sometimes the more effort you put in, the worse the outcome. This counterintuitive concept challenges everything you've been taught about perseverance and determination. Modern society often convinces us that success demands unyielding effort, that we must stretch ourselves to the limits to achieve our ambitions. But what if this concept not only misleads us, but also hinders our progress? What if, as Musashi proposes, there exists an alternative path to greatness that doesn't involve pushing ourselves to exhaustion? What lessons can we glean from this ancient samurai that might revolutionize our approach to the challenges that we face in our lives? Miyamoto Musashi was born in 1584 in Harima Province, Japan, and remains one of history's most celebrated swordsmen. His life journey was marked by unending battles, both external and internal. Since youth, Musashi was captivated by the way of the sword, dedicating himself entirely to mastering the art of fighting. However, his philosophy transcended mere warfare. Musashi was not just a warrior, but also a writer, artist, and philosopher. His defining project, the Book of Five Rings, serves not only as a guide to strategy and martial arts, but also as a profound introspection on life also. Musashi's life exemplified his philosophy in action. He embraced the principle of achieving through non-action, a concept that shaped not just his approach to combat, but his entire worldview. Over a lifetime of observation, practice, and contemplation, Musashi crafted a philosophy that challenged the prevailing norms of his era and continues to provoke thought today. Detailed in the Book of Five Rings, Musashi's philosophy centers on the concept of the way, encompassing the path of the warrior, the path of the sword, and simply the path of life itself. Beyond martial arts, this philosophy stresses self-mastery over one's thoughts, emotions, and deeds, with a strong emphasis on discipline, focus, and continuous personal growth. Musashi categorizes his philosophy into 5 elements, each symbolized by a ring: earth, water, fire, wind, and void. These elements represent various facets of existence. Earth signifies the physical realm and our role within it. Water symbolizes adaptability and the necessity of flowing with life's currents. Fire embodies conflict, both internal and external. Wind represents tradition and the lessons of the past, while void signifies the unknown future and its boundless potential. According to Musashi, mastering these elements leads to harmony with the universe and ultimately triumph over oneself. Central to Musashi's teachings is the paradoxical nature of effort. In a world that often advocates that increased effort yields better results, Musashi presents an alternative viewpoint. He cautions against the dangers of overtrying, which he believed caused unnecessary stress and lack of efficiency. Overexertion, whether in battle, work, or everyday life, typically leads to waste of energy and reduced returns. It can result in a blurred mind, poor decision-making, and ultimately, failure. Musashi stressed the importance of maintaining a state of relaxed readiness, a calm, focused awareness that enables effective responses to any situation without unnecessary stress or pointless effort. This point of view aligns with the overarching principles of Zen Buddhism and the martial arts tradition, which emphasize efficient movement, mental clarity, and a calm, balanced mind. It serves as a reminder that sometimes less is indeed more, and that the most effective way to fight challenges is with balanced, tempered effort. In the Book of Five Rings, Miyamoto Musashi elaborated on the notion of doing nothing unnecessary. This idea embodies his approach to effort. Every thought, every decision, and action should have a purpose. Anything extra is not just a waste of energy, but also a potential distraction that can stop your progress. For Musashi, the essence of proper effort involves being fully present, attentive, and immersed in the task at hand, whether it be a sword fight, a work assignment, or a personal goal. It entails discipline, maintaining focus, and avoiding distractions from irrelevant matters. The goal is to find the most efficient and effective means to reach your objectives without undue strain or struggle. Musashi's teachings thus provide a timeless and valuable viewpoint on how to tackle challenges and achieve success across various aspects of life. One of the most profound and enigmatic elements of Musashi's philosophy is mu, frequently interpreted as emptiness or nothingness. This concept is a fundamental aspect of Zen Buddhism and appears repeatedly in Musashi's writings. In Western thought, nothingness is often seen in a negative light, linked with absence, lack, or void. However, within Musashi's philosophy and broader Eastern thought, mu signifies a state of openness, potential, and receptivity. It's not about negation, but about clearing mental and physical chaos to create space for what truly matters. Embracing mu involves releasing preconceived notions, unnecessary thirst, and distractions. It involves facing situations with an open, unbiased mind, free of attachments. This mental state enables one to perceive things as they are and to respond aptly without being obstructed by irrelevant thoughts or feelings. Regarding effort, mu implies that excessive striving, rigid attachment to specific outcomes, or overexertion can be an enemy to productivity. Instead, you should use a more flexible, relaxed, and adaptable approach. This does not imply passivity or indifference, but rather being fully engaged and present while maintaining a sense of detachment and calm. Ultimately, embracing mu involves achieving a balance between effort and ease, as well as between determination and release. Non-attachment is a core tenet in Zen Buddhism and is deeply integrated into Musashi's philosophy. It is often mistaken for indifference or detachment, but in essence, it is about being fully present in the moment and engaged without being dominated by our desires, fears, or assumptions. In terms of effort, non-attachment means not becoming overly fixated on the outcomes of our actions. It involves giving our best in each moment without being overwhelmed by the craving for success or the fear of failure. This approach liberates us from the anxiety and stress that frequently affects our efforts, enabling us to act with a clear and steady mind. Visualize yourself as a leaf drifting down a river, effortlessly carried by the current. There is no struggle or resistance, only smooth, harmonious movement with the water. This is what Musashi would describe as the essence of flow. It's a state where actions are executed effortlessly, where the mind is both focused and relaxed, completely immersed in the present moment. Flow is not exclusive to combat or sword fights. It's a universally accessible state, applicable to nearly any task. Whether you are an artist engrossed in creation or an athlete so absorbed in the game that time seems to stand still, you are experiencing flow. According to Musashi, this is where true mastery resides. In a state of flow, your actions are neither forced nor overanalyzed. They emerge naturally, almost without any effort. This perfectly aligns with Musashi's philosophy, which pleads for the right kind of effort, a balanced approach between excessive striving and insufficient effort. When you are in flow, you are applying the right effort because your actions are unforced and precise, both uninhibited and controlled. What is intriguing is how flow removes the self-imposed obstacles that frequently impede our performance. When we achieve this state, we are liberated from self-doubt, anxiety, and the incessant chatter of our minds. We perform without second-guessing or the paralyzing fear of failing. It's as our thoughts are dancing with the universe. But how do we reach this state of flow? Musashi posits that it stems from mastering oneself, from training our minds and bodies so thoroughly that they operate as a unified entity. It involves grasping the rhythm of our surroundings and aligning our actions accordingly. Most crucially, it requires letting go, releasing our hold on fear or expectations to act freely in response to the situation at hand. Overthinking, or what is commonly termed analysis paralysis, is a trap that catches many of us. This occurs when we ponder a situation excessively to the point where no action is taken. This not only impairs our performance, but can also result in inaction, which Musashi would argue is the opposite of right effort. Musashi held that the mind should be clear and unburdened, free from unneeded thoughts that could muddle judgment or delay action. He recognized that in the midst of battle, there is no room for doubt or hesitation. You must act decisively and with a motive. He believed that by clearing the mind of superfluous thoughts, you could attain a state of mu or nothingness, where actions unfold effortlessly and without deliberate thought. This represents the essence of right effort and is the key to unlocking our true power. By grasping and applying the principles of Zen Buddhism alongside Musashi's teachings, we can avoid the pitfalls of overthinking and instead act precisely and with a clear goal. We can navigate the world with a calm and focused mind, free from the burden of unnecessary thoughts. When discussing the philosophy of effort, Musashi is not the only philosopher to have contributed to the discourse. Various Western philosophies, such as Stoicism and existentialism, also offer distinct perspectives on effort and action. For example, Stoicism teaches us to concentrate our efforts solely on what we can control, a concept that aligns well with Musashi's notion of the right effort. Existentialists advocate for the freedom and necessity of making choices, a view that echoes Musashi's focus on decisiveness and action. However, Eastern philosophies, such as Taoism, present a more direct assimilation to Musashi's concepts. In today's fast-paced world, it turns out that these ideas are remarkably relevant. fulfillment. We inhabit an era of hustle culture, where we are incessantly encouraged to work hard and pursue success, often at the expense of our well-being, leading to burnout, stress, and diminishing returns. This is where Musashi's philosophy proves invaluable. It reminds us that excessive effort can be counterproductive. Sometimes, what is needed is not additional effort, but greater wisdom, knowing when to act and when to refrain, when to push and when to release. By comprehending and applying Musashi's insights, we can approach the complexities of modern life with a deeper sense of balance and grace. His teachings are not merely relics of the past, but serve as a guide for leading a more thoughtful and effective life in the present moment. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like and leave a comment, and if you want to see more videos, hit the subscribe button. See you next time.